Abby Carter, and this is Alex McKinney and Jessica Campbell, and we're here to present a public citizen about human trafficking. Alright, so to start off, can you think of someone that's close to you? It can be a brother or a sister, or maybe a pastor or a teacher. Imagine your best friend or your wife, and think about all the ways that they've affected your life. Think about all the laughs you shared, the weddings and the newborn babies, all the advice given and taken. How much is that person worth to you? Could you even put a price on them? What if I told you their entire life was worth $90? Do you agree? Well, that's the price the average slave is sold for in today's human trafficking system. Over 244,000 children and youth have been exposed to human trafficking since 2000. We understand that that's just about an unimaginable number, so on our poster we one thumbprint equals 542 children, and this is the number 542. And keep in mind that this statistic applies to youth 17 and under in America only. There are over 27 million slaves currently in the world human trafficking system. But before we get too deep into statistics, what exactly is human trafficking? We interviewed people in our community testing their knowledge of human trafficking, and the results were a little bit unsettling. We first asked, where do you think human trafficking takes place? And 11 out of 12 people replied saying, third world countries. One person even said, I'm pretty sure it's just an Africa thing, which is just ridiculous. Obviously, our community is not well educated on human trafficking. Next, we asked, what is human trafficking? 10 out of 12 people simply said prostitution. The United Nations definition of human trafficking is the legal movement of people, typically for the purpose of forced labor or commercial sexual exploitation. Prostitution is the practice or occupation of engaging in sexual activity with someone for payment. Although prostitution is illegal, it's not human trafficking due to the fact that it is the prostitute's choice to engage in these actions. If the male or female is forced against their free will into prostitution, then it's considered human trafficking. Too often, human trafficking victims are mistaken for prostitutes and do not get the help that they need and deserve. Thankfully, there are organizations that have attempted to tackle this problem. The first organization is Truckers Against Trafficking.
Truckers Against Trafficking is a non-profit organization that trains truck drivers to recognize and report instances on human trafficking. You can see that that's their logo, the TTA. You can see it around truck stops, and it's recognizable by other people. Their mission is to make the Truckers Against Trafficking training DVDs, wallet cards, and other materials a regular part of training and orientation for members of the trucking industry that when they suspect human trafficking taking place, they can call the National Human Trafficking Resource Center. You can see on our graphs, this graph right here, this shows over here is all the Love's truck stops that are in the U.S. And then if you look at the website Polaris, it shows a graph of where human trafficking most is likely to take place in the U.S. It adds up to all the truck stops that are in the U.S. So that's their main goal, because truckers need to be aware of what's going on. Polaris is a group that offers social services to all victims. They have offices in Washington, D.C. and New Jersey. They help advance state and federal law relating to human trafficking on a national scale. The group operates the National Hotline for Human Trafficking in the U.S. The group started the project called Vision 2020, and what this project's goal is they're wanting to expand their impact on a global scale. On the website, it tells people how to help this group. Polaris connects with hundreds of anti-trafficking and related issue hotlines and organizations from around the world. They have flyers viewers can download and hang around bus stops, hotels, and truck stops so the victims can see and get help. One of their flyers is up on the top. It's this one right here. It's really easy to go online and print it off and just place it. We did it at a truck stop. It took us like 2 seconds. They even have a flyer you can put on social media to where your friends on how to help. The group is encouraging people to tell victims to call the hotline number to get help. The next organization we looked at is called Prevail. Prevail helps victims build their lives back up. They also help the community by teaching us what human trafficking is and how to see it and report it. There is even a building in Noblesville. Prevail has left many business cards at the health department by Home Depot with a list of phone numbers that victims can take and use. They have cards in English and Spanish so that everyone can get help, and their main goal is just to help everyone have a better life.
So we have a plan we'd like to put in place. We have a bill, we've tried to draft it up, and our plan is kind of to get the B&B to require truckers to watch a video and take a test to get their CDL license, which is necessary for them to be a trucker. So we think the B&B could, get the materials to have them take a test and sit in a room and watch a video before, they're able to get this license, and it'd just be a great way to kind of educate truckers because they'll know what's going on and they'll be able to see like what the signs are and what that might look like, and if they're able to plan it out, they'll be able to call the Prevail Center or Truckers Against Trafficking and help get these victims the help they need. So this would cost some money, obviously, to get the testing supplies and the video, but we could tack on another $15 in order to be able to pay for the supplies. And this might seem like a bit of money and might not be a little bit fair, but we think that it's a small price to pay to have safety for our kids and our loved ones and in our world around us. Part of these proceeds from the price would go to Truckers Against Trafficking. So, and this would be appealing to the House of Representatives and the federal government to kind of like link these things together so that they can help us make this bill. And the bill would be called the CDL License Requirement Act of 2015. So, in order to get people to follow this rule, we would add penalties onto the bill if they didn't take the test or didn't watch the video, and like it would be a monetary penalty. So each time they would break the law, it would become more and more. So, due to the increasing number of human trafficking cases, we really urge the legislative body to act quickly on this so that we can make it so this isn't a problem, because it's really scary to think that you or someone can be taken and sold into slavery.
Okay. So to wrap this all up, can we think of that special person that we thought of in the beginning? Are they worth $90? Obviously that's a no, but even if if the legislative body doesn't pass this act, we still think that it's very important to at least educate yourself and to educate people around you, and we're trying to educate our community because, as surprising as it may seem, this is a problem in, Indiana and in America, which is crazy to think about, but, so that's just our goal, is to educate our community and hopefully to make a difference. Thank you.
If you have one, go ahead.
So I guess I have a question as to why did we focus on truckers? What was the reason?
Okay, well, we decided to focus on truckers because Ms. White had us focus on a bill that would go across America, and so, we tried to focus on, educating the community, but, it's kind of hard to get, every single person to know about this unless it's in a school system or somewhere, but then again, adults, it's hard to get everyone to know about it, so truckers definitely come into contact with it, which we got from parents, So we decided to focus on truckers because we just thought that they would be the people that would come into contact with it probably the most.
And also, trucks, people at truck stops that come from all over the place, so those areas, it's kind of hard to keep, track on certain people if they're always going to different places. And trucks can also be a way people are taken across the country illegally. So if truckers are educated and seeing that stuff, you can help work on that.
I don't know if you know this, truckers are one of the highest populations to traffic humans. So I know that's why they started the organization to begin with, because that's how a lot of children especially go to truck stops when they run away from home, and so they're more vulnerable at that point. So that's why there's Truckers Against Trafficking now, because it's a huge problem.
I'm not quite sure, this your proposed public policy, would this be on the federal level specifically and not state and local?
Yeah.
Is there any reason why you pick federal rather than state and local? Because that seems like a little bit closer.
We chose federal because that was basically one of the requirements for Project Citizen. So, and plus it is like, you know, like Indiana is like the crossroads of America, but it is like all over America, so we thought that would be, you know, it's not just in Indiana.
I have another question. The $15 that you referenced, what is that? Is that a tax increase? Is that a donation, a contribution? What is it?
Well, sometimes like when you get your driver's license, it was like $9 or whatever. If you just pay an extra $15 to get your CDL license, that $15 can pay for the video that they have to supply and the test that they have to supply.
So this is an extra fee.
Yes.
That would not need.
I do. I feel like your method